Hello again. So government is stressing that despite level 1 beginning from midnight on Sunday, the coronavirus is far from over. The country moves to level 1 in an attempt to try and save the economy. And in the first hour of 2 o'clock, we heard from Cooperative Governance Minister Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma outlining what level 1 will mean for the country. We're joined now by political analyst Karima Brown for more on this. So Karima, not much details coming out as we still wait for the next couple of days, especially for that list in terms of where we could go for low-risk countries to be made available. We do know that we can start applying for our visas, though.
Yes, I think it's unfortunate that the Minister of Cooperative Governance, faced the media alone. I think she should have ideally been flanked, at the very least, by the Transport Minister, because quite a lot of the questions that were asked of her today, she, in fact, cannot answer. She's only enacting the announcement in legal terms, what the President announced, earlier this week. So I'm going to be speaking to Minister Fikile Mbalula, the Transport Minister, at 12 noon on the fix on Sunday, and hopefully we'll get some more clarity from him, because I think when it comes to other countries, we also have to take into consideration that countries are very large. So, for example, in the US, whilst the US has the highest amount of coronavirus cases, not everywhere in the US it's as bad as possible. And of course, as you know, there's not one port of entry in the US, so we have to get very detailed information. The same goes with the UK. Scotland, for example, has a lot more stringent conditions than, say, for example, Britain, or rather England. And I think it's important that that kind of detail be worked out, because that can give a lot of clarity to people, because obviously direct flights are taken and also people are going via routes. So I think the airline industry and aviation is going to be hugely affected by this, and we need concrete information to do. The last thing we want is a massive confusion and people thinking that they are cleared to go to certain countries and certain cities within countries or states within countries, and then they're not able to, because that can be quite devastating for the aviation and hospitality industry that's just trying to recover from this pandemic.
To your point that she should not have faced the country alone, that she did today, what should that tell us?
I think government is in a hurry to explain to people what level 1 actually means. I think there is still, I watched the briefing and I was able to ask the minister the question, for example, what's the logic behind the change of the curfew numbers? And you can see that government is clearly still very concerned about the impact of alcohol sales on the overall behavior of South Africans. She said to my question that one of the main reasons is that they do not want people to stay too late at entertainment and bar areas and taverns, because the behavior of people who are drunk is not consistent with the lockdown regulations in terms of wearing masks, keeping your physical distance, and of course sanitation. Government is very, very concerned, and rightly so, that even though the economy needs to open up because people need jobs and need to earn a living, the virus is, of course, not gone down. And we've seen in particularly Western Europe that the curfew regulations have to be reintroduced because there's a surge in reinfections. And I think South Africa is desperately trying to avoid that. But I would have liked the minister to also be there with, for example, the communications minister, because one of the issues is that people are so desperate to go to work, they believe that because they're now allowed to interact more freely in the economy, that the health risks are less. And I'm afraid that government's messaging, which wasn't too great even to begin with at the peak of the pandemic, needs to be stepped up now. People need to be reminded that we're opening up the economy. We're not opening up because it is safe from corona to do so. So for me, that was the big gap in this afternoon. I would have liked the communications minister to have been there so that government can explain what they're going to do to try and educate South Africans about what level 1 actually means in terms of the economy, but what it means for personal safety and health of the population at large.
And on that communication and messaging, a point did come out in terms of a certain term that is used about living in a post-coronavirus time when we're still very much with it, and there hasn't even been a vaccine or an indication of us having it any time soon. In terms of government communication and how people feel about it, with people thinking, well, this perhaps is a thing of the past, we're moving to level 1, that means that, well, the country is officially open and we can go about our business. What does that mean for us?
It's a very dangerous period for us, Gugu. And as you know, in South Africa, disease is often taboo. We saw how we struggled to get behavior change around HIV, around TB treatment. So there's a lot of stigma still attached to COVID-19. And we can't talk about the post-COVID world because it's factually not true. We are not in a post-COVID world. And more importantly, we're not even close to a vaccine. And if you look at what is happening internationally, the rich countries, even though the vaccine hasn't been developed yet, they're trying to outbid each other. And there's a big struggle for developing countries in the global south to actually have access and equal access to that vaccine. So it's very important that our communications in this level 1 lockdown now be escalated so that we can tell South Africans that we are far from out of the woods in terms of this disease, and that it's critical that all the protocols need to be observed, that people cannot not go out without masks. People need to be 1.5 meters apart. People need to be washing their hands and practicing good sanitation. That is absolutely critical, particularly also given the fact that we've got increased numbers now in places of worship, at funerals, and even in family homes. There's just going to be more of us everywhere. And the possibility that there can be a surge is huge. We've seen it in other countries. And I think we need a massive education campaign and a communications campaign that brings that message home. And of course, us as the media will have to play a critical role there as well to do.
Absolutely. And you're still itching to get onto the dance floor. It's going to be a little while before you do. Karima Brown, thank you.